Good evening, everybody. Myself, Dr. Vijayanti Aphale, and my friend Dr. Uttama Joshi. We, on behalf of AACCI Western Maharashtra, we are taking interactive session with Dr. Dilip Patwardhan sir and Dr. Madhavi Patwardhan madam regarding grandparenting. As all of we know that we celebrate grandparenting week every year from 17 July to 23rd July. We try to contact many grandparents and learn from them, hear from them their experiences. These are the activities we do every year. And this interactive session is a part of this grandparenting week program. And I am very, very thankful for the valuable guidance of Dr. Swati Bhave madam, our Executive Director AACCI, and Dr. Vijayanti sir, who is a center in charge of Western Maharashtra and coordinator for this Western Maharashtra region. So now we'll start with the session. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of AACCI Western Maharashtra, that is Adolescent of Association of Adolescent and Child Care in India, myself, Dr. Vijayanti Aphale, and Dr. Uttama Joshi, we have arranged an interactive session with Dr. Dilip Patwardhan sir and Dr. Madhavi Patwardhan madam regarding grandparenting. As all of us know, every year we celebrate the grandparenting week from 17 July to 23rd July, and in this week we take lots of programs to increase the awareness of importance of grandparenting, and for the senior citizens also we have some programs we take every year. So in that regarding that grandparenting issue, we have arranged this session. And today's guest, as I have told you, Dr. Dilip Patwardhan sir, and he is a renowned and senior most ophthalmologist in Sangali, and Dr. Madhavi Patwardhan madam, she is also ophthalmologist from Sangali, and I welcome the senior and respected our sir and madam, and I hand over the further to Dr. Uttama.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। सच में वो दादी की लोरी और वो दादा के किस्से हर बच्चे के बचपन के खूबसूरत हिस्से। एंड इट्स माय ऑनर एंड प्रिविलेज टू इंट्रोड्यूस द मोस्ट आइडियल, not only the doctors but also the parents and now grandparents too, to you. My friend Vijayanti has already mentioned the names. So let me give a brief introduction of respected Dr. Dilip Patwardhan sir and Dr. Madhavi madam. Dr. Dilip Patwardhan sir, he is a founder of Nandadip Ophthalmology Institute, and he is also, apart from the medical field, is working as a faculty for spiritual wisdom as well as work-life balance, and he has conducted many lectures and awareness programs at various professional colleges for the college students. He is also holding a post of president of Scheme Bank, which is started in Sangali city by the Rotary Club, and I am very glad to introduce both of them as a brand ambassador for Sangali Piras and Kupwad Corporation for the Clean and Green Sangali. Few words about Madhavi madam. Madhavi madam, she was holding a post of IMA president, and in her tenure she did a very great work for awareness program for the society, and the branch received the best IMA award, and also she has received the best IMA president award during her tenure. Madam, apart from the medical field, also conducts online Sanskar Varg for the school going children since last 3 years. She is recipient of many awards. So over to you, Vijayanti, for interaction.
Thank you, Uttama. So I just want to start the discussion in this mode that grandparenting, as you know, the physical health and the mental health of child and adolescent is the important aspect of every family's life. So as you know, the physical health, everybody, the parents are educated and they take the care of physical health very meticulously. They give good diet, they add some sports in their kids' life. So all the physical part is covered nowadays with better care. But I think because the parents are nowadays busy in their competitive world and their what we call profession and education, so the kids are nowadays more and more they are dependent on grandparent for their emotional health. And if in a family they get the love from the grandparents, their personality changes, they feel secure. So the research shows that when the children get this emotional bonding or this security or this love, they grow up with very flying colors. Their mental health is very much good, and so the grandparenting is very important. And in that issue, we thought that we should have some interactive session with these two respected sir and madam. And as far as our means in Sangali area concerned, we think that they are the ideal grandparents. We see them in our day-to-day life and how much they are involved, how much they have bonding with their grandparent. So over to madam for the further communication. And
thank you Vijayanti, and thank you Uttama, and thank you for your association for inviting us for this interview. First of all, I would like to thank God, because we both are truly blessed. That is because since our marriage, we have lived with our my father and mother-in-law till they passed away at the age of 89. Both of them passed away at the age of 89, and till my mother-in-law passed away 3 years back. So we have been blessed with very good parents-in-laws, and most important, our children grew with them, and so we have seen what is the effect of good grandparents on the children. How secure they feel, how happy they are with the grandparents. And we are also very lucky because our son Dr. Saurabh and his wife Dr. Nidhi, both ophthalmologists, have joined us, and they are also living with us. And we are blessed with two granddaughters who are 13 and 8 years old. So we are now we have experienced how our parents-in-law were grandparents. Now we are also experiencing this grandparentship, and we are enjoying it a lot.
so now I think madam we will have some question and answer type interaction for easier communication. So myself and Uttama, just for the sake of this convenience, will ask some questions to you. To start with the question sessions, I want to know from the madam that your children also grew with their grandparents. So how was your experience?
It was a very good experience. Actually, I did my MD pharmacology when my son was only 16 months old. And at that time, when I used to study for the whole day from 8 o'clock to 9 p.m., my mother-in-law and my father-in-law took all the responsibility of caring for my child, and that is why I could concentrate on my studies. So unless if you want to do any profession or if you want to study, it is not possible unless you are very happy, you know that your child is being taken care of, and that gratitude has remained in my mind forever.
So madam has rightly pointed out that if you want to do some career or job or anything, that family support is very important, and that madam has said she is very lucky to get that support from her in-laws, and children grew with their grandparents very, very happily. So it is the thing. Nowadays we see that everybody wants some freedom in life, but if the families are united, if there is support from the family, there is the story is very, very different as we are just experiencing it.
Over to you, madam. As you said, you were you had a very nice experience of being a parent supported by the family, and now you are being also grandparents. So my question is, what differences you feel being parent and now as being grandparents?
There is a lot of difference, mainly because when my children were young, that time the only influences they had was the school and their friends and the family. That was the only experience, books. But now the scenario has changed totally. Now because of the intrusion of the TV, Google, internet, and all information is available at their fingertips, and they don't know what is good for them and what is bad for them, and they have access to all type of information. So that is a very dangerous thing, and that is a cause of worry, and we have to be very careful about it.
Now Madam has told us regarding her experience as a parent, as a grandparent, the joy she is enjoying the grandparenting as well as challenges of grandparenting in this new era. So now she has cleared almost all things. Now I will ask sir one important question, that sir, are there any particular values or principles that you want to install in your grandchildren?
Thank you very much for inviting me for this very nice session of your institution, and very happy that you selected us.
Yes.
I'm very happy, and I will tell you values. Yes, it's very important nowadays to imbibe values in this generation. I think this is the duty of grandparents, because now our son and daughter-in-law, they are so busy, very difficult for them to, but we are there. And we should take that role, because as my wife already told, that time my parents took care of their grandchildren. Now it's our duty to do that. How to do that? I will tell you, first have a friendship with these grandchildren. You become a friend of those, because otherwise they will keep distance from you. So friendship, creating friendship, go with talk their language, and then they will become your friend. And that is going to be very important. See, just scolding somebody is not the right thing. But once you become a friend, then they start listening to you. As you already know, the children, even the young generation, with their friends more than their parents. So if you become friend, then they will come out with their problem and they will open their mind with you. So becoming a friend. And remember, very, very important thing. I have written on this, you can just see, children have never been very good at listening to what their parents tell, but they never fail to imitate them. Modern adults don't necessarily create the children, but children help create modern parents.
Yes.
The reason is that they're exposed to so much electronic media, and information is bombarded on that. The only problem is that they don't know what to choose. So this is what grandparents should do. And remember how you yourself behave. That is very important, because conditioning is not just by telling the advice and giving lectures. No, you should behave that way. And they are listening and they are watching you. I'll tell you, the generation next is very intelligent. And the way you talk with them, they immediately imitate. I will show you a very nice video, then you will come to know how that happens. Just watch. It is a fantastic video. Let the audience watch.
No! Stupid! Go to your room right now!
What are you teaching your child?
No! I'm stupid!
Children see, children learn.
Bud, color on paper, not the wall. Let's clean this up. I'll get you some, okay?
Your actions become their actions.
Here, draw on your own paper.
Learn to guide your...
And it wasn't that good? Remember, the way you spoke, immediately the elder brother talked very rudely with his younger sister. But the way he talked later, that is the thing. They pick up very easily. And that is the extra example. And I will tell you, you should be a role model, because you are like, parents are God as well. You are still a better God. And they are watching you. So it's up to you. They should feel like going down and touching your feet, They should feel like, it should not be compulsion sort of thing. And if your behavior is excellent, they will feel, of course, just tell them the stories, different stories, how flexibility is important, how humility is important, how you should be grateful. This is what you should tell different stories about that. And I'll tell you, and one more thing I will tell you. What happens, usually old people, I should say, I had done that mistake often, you go on telling your life, about your life, your childhood story. They are not interested at all. They are not interested. So I will tell you funny incidents when I used to start telling some my old experience. My son used to show his fingers like this. Five means this is fifth time you are telling me. You should, and I take clue from that. So don't do that. Please don't do that. And secondly, don't compare with the big celebrities. Sorry, don't compare, because what happens, they to feel very down, Don't compare with celebrities or ability of great athlete celebrities. No, entertain, no. They will lose their own power. They will learn to cheat and steal and meet your expectation. So that is not done. That is not done. So praise their patience and not, ambition. Very important. So everybody has got different ability. So don't compare with others. That they feel very low about that. Very important. Secondly, praise your kids. Praise your kids. Now they are listening. Remember, even they are playing around. Praise your kids. Maybe you're talking to your son and daughter-in-law. See that your granddaughters and sons are listening to it, and they like that. They like that. And remember, you get attached to them. See, everybody likes praising, And whatever good points you praise, wrong things you should never. You should be very careful about that. And secondly, you should teach them sportsman spirit. So go to watch some sport, okay? You can attend sports. But what happens usually what happens, your child game and contest and cheer for every good play and effort of all players from both sides. So they learn, it's not only winning important, it's the sportsman spirit is important.
Yes.
This you have to imbibe at that age. This is the value, You should imbibe that. Very, very important thing. You will thoroughly enjoy the game and teach your children the wonderful truth of that. Isn't it? Another thing. One more thing important. See what happens sometimes, nowadays, they are exposed to different TV media and this thing, and the people talk arrogantly and bad media is going on.
Yes.
So they may sometimes insult you. Don't allow that. Don't allow that.
Yes.
Stop at that point, because that will go a long way. They feel that, well, I can say anything because nowadays only 1 or 2 kids are there and pampering is done. That is wrong. That is wrong. They should know that discipline, definitely. Don't allow them to insult you at all. Otherwise, they will looking down upon you. That is not done. That is not done. And dignity of labor, you should teach them. I will show you a very nice video that will really correctly, absolutely tell you how to. Just watch this video. I will really show you the video which will really impress you, that the dignity of labor. And this is very much needed nowadays. What has happened, because of nuclear families, and people have got a lot of money, they will appoint many persons in there, and they don't have a habit of working, and they feel, in case the dirt is on the ground, they will not clean, because unless a sweeper and comes and does that job. No, that is not done. Just watch this beautiful video.
अरे यार मीनू दिखाई नहीं दे रहा, क्या सो रहा हूँ? निकलो, उसका नाटक है।
रोहन अभी किया था उसने।
हाँ तो क्या हो गया, फिर से कर देगी? छोटा सा ही तो काम है। गुड मॉर्निंग माँ।
गुड मॉर्निंग। जल्दी से तैयार हो जाओ, बहुत काम है।
क्या काम है?
दिवाली की सफाइयाँ कौन करेगा?
मीनू आएगी तो अभी कर देगी।
बेटा, दिवाली में सबकी छुट्टी होती है।
नहीं माँ, मैं नहीं कर रहा, ये मेरा काम नहीं है।
फिर दिवाली पर कोई पैसे नहीं मिलेंगे।
ये क्या बात होती है यार?
अभी देखो, वहाँ कितना गंदा है, देखो।
बस हो गया, इससे ज्यादा मेरे बस का नहीं है।
मीनू होती तो सही से करती।
हाँ तो अपनी मीनू से ही करवा लेना।
मीनू, जरा पंखा साफ कर दो।
हाँ आई।
ये मीनू तो छुट्टी पे थी।
अगर मीनू की छुट्टी ना होती तो कैसे पता चलता कि वो कितना काम करती है?
माँ वो
हैप्पी दिवाली।
दीदी मैं जा रही हूँ।
रुको मीनू।
माँ ये मैं दे दूँ?
हाँ दे दो। और सुनो ये भी देना साथ।
ठीक है। हैप्पी दिवाली मीनू दीदी।
थैंक यू भैया। हैप्पी दिवाली।
ये सारे कपड़े मैले हो गए।
ये मैल तो धुल जाएगा पर तुम्हारे मन का मैल तो धुल गया ना, बस।
काम कोई छोटा बड़ा नहीं होता, हर काम की अहमियत पहचानो। इस
मस्त है कि नहीं? That is the thing. So you saw a very good video, and now let us proceed and let my wife tell something about her grandparenting.
Yes. Sir has very correctly said that children they learn by imitating the elderly. So I think the elders have to be very careful. और एक बात, हम लोग जब सर और मैडम के घर की सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ रहे थे, so we noticed that on every step of the staircase, one family value is displayed. तो इससे अच्छा और क्या तरीका हो सकता है बच्चों को फैमिली वैल्यूज़ बताने का? मुझे एक शेर और कुछ लाइंस याद आ रहे। सही में अगर ऐसा घर हो जिसमें ऐसे दादा दादी हो, तो दादा दादी की परवरिश में जादू ही ऐसी होती है कि बच्चे ना कभी बिगड़ते हैं ना बिखरते हैं, बल्कि बच्चे तो इतने अच्छे से खिलते हैं कि उनमें आसमान छू लेने की ताकत आ जाती है। मुझे और एक पूछना था मैडम, जॉइंट फैमिली रहती है तो काफ़ी सारे डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियंस रहते हैं, एंड लाइक हर घर में सास बहू की कहानी भी तो रहती ही है। सो आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क यू और हियर फ्रॉम यू, how do you handle these differences with your son and daughter-in-law?
First, I would like to tell my experience about when my in-laws were there and my children were small. That time, sometimes there is a difference of opinion regarding parenting. But what thing you have to remember is never discuss anything or never say a controversial thing in front of the children. If one person says this has to be done, if the father of the child says this has to be done or the mother says, then everybody has to follow it. There should be no controversy. Whatever difference of opinion is there, you have to solve amongst yourself, not in front of the children. So otherwise the children take the advantage of your difference of opinion and they start playing games with you. So that is also one thing. So you have to remember the parents and the grandparents have to remember that you always have to have one say about anything. So if there is for example, I'll tell you, when my granddaughter was small, my daughter-in-law was doing post-graduation in ophthalmology. And she used to be away. She used to go to the hospital. I used to take care of my granddaughter. My daughter-in-law is a pediatrician. I am also a doctor, but I never took any decision about my granddaughter regarding her diet or anything without asking my daughter-in-law. Anything I used to report to her. What should I do? What should I feed her? What medicine should I, even though I knew, and never did anything without her permission. So I was just like a caretaker and she was the one to decide. But she took my opinion. When we give them importance, they also give us importance. She used to take my advice regarding many things. And so to build good relations amongst ourselves is very important, especially the ladies, because we are there the whole day and we are more closely associated with them. regarding everything from their diet and everything on their health. Means we care for them more than the gents.
Stop.
Thank you, madam. Madam has very rightly pointed out the point that in a family we should not discuss the things in front of our children, and they will take the disadvantage of it. It is very likely. And the second thing I like from the madam's conversation, that you have to respect each and every member of the family. सास बहू की कहानी हो, कोई भी हो, means there should not be age criteria, or there should not be like I am daughter-in-law, I am mother-in-law. You should respect the person, you should respect the human in the family, and that will create the good and healthy relationship between the family members. That is I suppose. Now in this discussion only, the next thing I want to ask sir, that how do you set limits as a grandparent for yourself to avoid trespassing on parents' rules and regulations?
Yeah, thank you. So actually she already told, don't change the decisions of your son and daughter-in-law. That is very important, because somebody has to be boss.
Yes.
You were boss when you were parents. Now transfer that, post that role to this. So just go away from that. Your actually role is to support the family and see that all family grows in a happy atmosphere. And how to know? You have to tell your grandchildren to their future. It's up to you. Teach them. Always talk eye to eye. Transparency. I always tell all the kids, whatever happens in whole day, they should be able to tell their parents.
Yes.
A daughter should tell her mother, son should tell his father. The day he feels that I can't tell these things to mother, that be sure that he's on wrong track. This you have to imbibe in their kids. Transparency. There should be nothing like secret between parents and kids, and that is going to go a long way. Secondly, fear of failure. They have got fear of failure, no? So you should be protective, but this should not be overprotective. That is also important. There is always a limit. You should have balance between these. Protection is needed. They should feel, yes, I am secure. Even if I do some mistake, I will tell my parents. They should be friend like you. Because what happens usually, these small kids take opinion of their own friends. Though themselves are very immature, so they can get a wrong advice. That you have to imbibe when they are small kids. So remember, sense of security, you are always there on the back of that. Secondly, attitude of gratitude. Very important. You have to absolutely imbibe this. The gratitude is the greatest value of all values. This gratitude value, if it is there, that will go a long way. I always say, those who are not grateful are great fools. So I always tell the incidents to my kids. When Narayan Murthy bowed down and touched the feet of Ratan Tata, when Ratan Tata was being felicitated as a lifetime achievement. But remember, in front in a 5-star hotel also, with a 3-piece suit and all these international audience was there. This should be imbibed on the kids. Gratitude is very important value. And secondly, I always say, take meal together. Nowadays, new organized developed, that has to be kept away in the other room. I know you understand what is that organ. It's mobile. It should be other room, and all family should take at least one lunch or one dinner together. Okay, let them fight. Have a direct exchange. This electronic media has spoiled all that. People are not. Being in contact is not important. You should be connected to each other. Connection to each other is going away because of electronic gadgets. So this connection has to be there for that. This electronic, yes, okay, for 2 hours no mobile. That you have to teach them. And yes, a funny incident. Whether I should tell later, I don't know. Because I will tell you what is the thinking of now kids is there. Very nice video. I think better let them see how small kids think. A beautiful video. I brought this video for you because that gives you good lesson.
ऑफलाइन माँ चाहिए। 5वीं कक्षा के छात्रों से बात करने के बाद शिक्षक ने उन्हें एक निबंध लिखने को दिया कि कैसी माँ पसंद करते हैं। सभी ने अपनी माँ की प्रशंसा करते हुए विवरण लिखना शुरू कर दिया। उनमें से एक छात्र ने निबंध पाठ का शीर्षक लिखा, ऑफलाइन माँ। मुझे माँ चाहिए, पर मुझे ऑफलाइन चाहिए। मुझे एक अनपढ़ माँ चाहिए, जो मोबाइल का इस्तेमाल करना नहीं जानती हो, लेकिन मेरे साथ हर जगह जाने को तैयार और आतुर हो। मैं नहीं चाहता कि माँ जीन्स और टी शर्ट पहने, बल्कि छोटू की माँ की तरह साड़ी पहने। मुझे एक ऐसी माँ चाहिए जो बच्चे की तरह गोद में सिर रखकर मुझे सुला सके। मुझे माँ चाहिए, लेकिन ऑफलाइन। उसके पास मैं और मेरे पिताजी के लिए मोबाइल की तुलना में अधिक समय होगा। ऑफलाइन माँ हो तो पिताजी से झगड़ा नहीं होगा। जब मैं शाम को सोने जाऊंगा तो वीडियो गेम खेलने की बजाय वो मुझे एक कहानी सुनाकर सुलाएगी। माँ, आप ऑफलाइन पिज्जा ऑर्डर मत कीजिए, घर पर कुछ भी बनाइए, पापा और मैं मजे से खाएंगे। मुझे बस ऑफलाइन माँ चाहिए। इतना पढ़ने के बाद पूरी क्लास में मॉनिटर के रोने की आवाज सुनाई दी। हर एक छात्र और क्लास टीचर की आंखों से आंसू बह रहे थे। माँ, मॉडर्न रहो, लेकिन अपने बच्चों के बचपन का ख्याल रखो। मोबाइल की आवाज की वजह से इसे दूर मत करो। ये बचपन कभी वापस नहीं आएगा।
ये जो माँ के बारे में बोले वो ग्रैंड पेरेंट भी काम कर सकते हैं ना. द रोल हैज चेंज. Now your son and daughter-in-law, they don't have time, but that you have to follow now. It's not only mother and father, it can be grandfather and grandmother also. And I remember, I see that my wife always tells story to my granddaughters, and she insists on that. And that is the thing. That is the thing. That time she doesn't like her mobile. She wants her grandmother, and that is the thing has to be done. This is my experience. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Sir has very appropriately pointed out all the things in family nowadays we have facing, that offline and online things. So as a grandparent, you have to change the perspective of your life, and you have to take responsibility of these things, that you have to do something for your grandchildren with love, and that should not be a burden for you. You should do it with joyfully or enthusiastically as far as possible.
True.
That sir has given this nice message to us, and now so now the discussion is going and we are eager to hear further things. But what I want to know, that grandparenting is okay, the grandparents do with love and all. The parents are busy in one situation, grandparents are doing their role with love. But sometimes the major thing in every family in grandparenting is I think generation gap.
True.
Because of the new era and the time they have brought up is different, so concepts are different. And the upbringing is different, so every person is different, as we know.
Yeah.
So regarding the generation gap, so how to handle it to have a very nice grandparenting and nice family values, that I want to ask sir, that how you deal with the generation gap.
Right. Actually, I will tell you incidents which occurred in my own life, and that will give you a correct message. And this is a true incident. It happened about 30 years back, when I was 50 years old and my father was 80 years old, 30 years elder than me. And he's a retired vice principal of Brilliant College, and he was a very strict person. He was an NCC captain. So, at that time, teacher was only one-way talk, Students used to listen. There was no backfire from the students. And what happened, as you know, generation gap is there, and we were discussing in the evening, and that time there was a difference of opinion, and we started discussing. Somehow, bad luckily, that discussion went to slightly lower level. We both immediately stopped, came to know, oh, you are going wrong way. We just kept mum. I went to my bedroom to sleep, but I couldn't sleep that day. I couldn't sleep. Normally I sleep very easily. My wife detected that I am restless. Why? Ego is there, no? Male ego. I said, no, nothing. But then I ultimately gave way and told, yes, that has happened. There was a difference of opinion. And the discussion went to slightly lower level, and I'm just feeling guilty. She suggested me a great thing, and I will tell you this, I am using it in my day-to-day life. Everybody has to listen to it. What happened? She told, okay, you have got some points and everybody feels his points are correct. So write down on the paper. See, writing is a complex process, remember. Once you talk something, you cannot take it back. When you're writing, you feel that this is not a correct word, or you can rub it out. When you talk, you can't rub it out. That is the important. So I went on writing, and I went 1, 2, 3 points. But one thing I did, as I told you, I am from Jivan Vidya Mission. In mission, they tell that suppress your ego, and it's very important. So, and I was feeling guilty, so I wrote down 3 points and said, today, my father I used to call Baba. Whatever happened today was not good. Please forgive me. I surrendered. I will tell you immediately. What a weight on my chest was there, and I was feeling. Went away, and I went to very nicely. Next day morning, I got up. I stayed upstairs. I went down. My father was there, and I couldn't look at his eyes. I just gave that cheat and went to Operation Theatre. I did operation. Came in the evening. He was just waiting for me. He was professor, of course. And remember, he had also some points. He felt those points are correct. He gave me one paper slip, and he had written on, instead of 3, he had written 4 points. But one great thing that happened, it still gives me goosebumps, That is important because it's action reaction. I surrendered. I showed that my ego is not there. So what happened? He wrote down 4 points, but the last sentence he wrote, yes, yesterday incident was not good. I also feel very unhappy. You forgive me. Can you believe a person of 80 years old asking forgiveness to his son? That day I got connected to my father. I'll tell you, whole 50 years of my life, I was in contact with him, of course, but not connected. That day I got connected. That is why I always tell, remain connected in the family. Being contacted is very important. He survived for another 9 years, but those were the fantastic days. I can tell you that. That is very important. In family, write down. So nowadays what I do, if I want to tell something to my son, normally, I never give advice unless I ask for. That, I always take care. Or sometimes what happens, because of experience you feel he is not doing correctly, naturally you feel like telling, I never tell, I never talk. Nowadays generation read WhatsApp very easily. Yes. Even in between 2 operations he sees WhatsApp. So I go on writing, this is what I feel, this is not correct, and this should be done that way. Okay, sometimes he agrees, sometimes he may not. Rather more times he doesn't agree. That generation gap is there. But then what happens, okay, he doesn't agree, but he writes down, no, this is not correct. Okay, nobody knows. Everybody's ego is kept fine. But I will tell you, I have observed young generation, the first reaction will be against generation next. But I found after 3-4 days, अरे दम है, बाप ने कुछ बोला उसमें दम है. Then he comes there. But then nobody's ego is hurt. So this was the message given by my wife. I am very thankful to her. And this I will give message to everybody. Write down. Writing is a complex process. That will keep your relations fantastic. Thank you.
As sir has correctly pointed out that in a family, only contact is not important, but what is important is the connect with each other. And of course there are going to be differences of opinion day in and day out, but how you communicate with these difference of opinion are also very important. Many times we feel that it is not easy to communicate directly, so the best way is to communicate by writing. And nowadays WhatsApp is also available, and I think we all can follow this method of communication by posting the message on WhatsApp. Yes. So over to you, madam. I would like to ask you, what are the challenges you feel in a role of grandparent, as well as you are guiding not only to your family but also you are conducting Sanskar Varga. So how you proceed or how you teach in Sanskar Varga?
Now the problem with families like us is the problem of abundance, because children have not seen how they don't have to fight, or they don't have to struggle to get anything. So if they take one thing and if they don't like, they throw it away. So it is very difficult for us to digest, for people of our age to digest this thing, because we have never done like this. So that is one challenge which we have to face. Now I take Bal Sanskar Varga of Jivan Vidya, and in that we have a importance of gratitude. We teach them the importance of gratitude. So we start with prayer with which we pray say thanks to our parents, means mother, father, or parent, whoever takes care of us, then our teachers, then our country. The country means all the countrymen, because every person in our country is important and works for us. So that has also to be imbibed on them, that every person is important. The sweeper is important, the engineer is important, the person who works on the streets is important. So that we have to imbibe, so that we have to tell them. And then about the nature, we have to be grateful to the nature, and we have to take care of the nature, because now we are facing the problem of climate change and all. So about the trees, how nature is teaching us to give, that we teach them. And then how to take care of nature, how to avoid plastic, how to dispose our garbage properly, so that how to keep our country clean. So all these things we tell. Then we have our checklist. We tell all the points which are to be on the checklist are, first of all, in the morning when you get up, look into the mirror and say, I will spread joy to everyone. So when you spread joy to everyone, that time you will also be happy. And then before going to school, or in the morning after you say brush your teeth and everything, you सबको नमस्कार करने का, जो भी घर में बड़े होंगे उसको सबको you have to touch their feet and say thank you or say namaskar. And we also they also have to fall at the feet of their servants also. That is most important.
Yes.
Because they are important members who are caring for us. So even we are used to teach our children also, and we teach our grandparents also. And they do it, so that feeling of gratitude remains, is imbibed in them. Then after that, then I have simple questions like, have you put off the lights, have you put off the ACs, have you put off the fans before going out of the room, have you closed the taps, have you avoided wasting water, have you kept your room clean, have you picked up your things, have you cleaned your plate when you eat, have you finished your plate. So all this, and have you said thank you to everybody while before going to bed. And then we have a prayer which we will chant at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
The discussion is going well. We are moving ahead, and I just want to know from sir that what advice they will give to all what we call grandparents, that what they should do in a family as a elderly person, as a responsible person, and they will teach some things or they will pass some values to their grandparent. So what are the things that should be focused as a grandparent that we would like to know from you?
Very true, because nowadays nuclear families are more.
Yes.
We are lucky to see, I always say joint family is the best thing.
Yes.
Because, experience is the best teacher. Intellect you can inherited 70%. But wisdom, no. Wisdom comes by experience of others. Learn from others' experience. We are experienced. Learning from own experience is not a great thing. Learning from others' experience is important. So here we have to do that. See, I always advise all my friends. All my friends are grandfathers now. I always tell them, learn Google. Learn new things. And I will tell you, I learned from my granddaughter Ananya. Frankly, I will tell you, I used to take online lectures and I didn't know anything about preparing PPT and everything. My granddaughter Ananya taught me that. Literally, I will tell you, I am very thankful to her, I am grateful to her. Say, you can learn from anybody. Learning activity never goes away. So learn, because otherwise sometimes these kids ask you some question. If you don't know the correct answer, don't give some answers like that. No. Tell him, no, I don't know, I will go through the Google, find out, and I will read about that and tell you. So, kids are very intelligent, generation next is great. So don't do any bluffing, okay? Secondly, most important, you see, we don't have many idols nowadays, but many old idols are there, no? You have to tell them, read the biographies, Yatra Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Arya Chanakya, even there are many scientists like Einstein, Edison, you read about them, how they had failed, but then bounced back. Unless you read those great people, they never became great just like that. They had failures, And remember, failure is nothing to worry. Fail means what? First attempt in learning. You get an opportunity to learn more things, but for that you have to go and read about the biography. Now learning it is going away nowadays. Okay, they can read on Kindle, agreed. But we used to like books because it's okay. But you tell them adults, different adults. Secondly, see when our kids were there, we used to see stay in slum area. My kids were very small. Well, we never much bothered about their studies. See, I will tell you, genetically if it is good, that they would be a student will come up slowly. But then we were more interested to see that.
Stop.
Right now, the thing is that many times we feel nowadays what things should be more looked upon while growing up kids. People. I have seen many young parents. They are after their studies. Funnily, when second standard students, their parents are fighting with each other about the marks. I don't feel that is correct. Marks and everything has no meaning, but I will tell most important thing, the companionship. Kids are with their friends more than their parents, isn't it? So they have got more sort of a impression from their friends, and they ask sometimes advice to their friends. That is wrong. So selection of correct friends is important. For that, what we used to do, because we used to in slum area, my kids were very small. One was 6 years old, one was 2 years old. What we used to do, we used to call my Saurabh, elder son, call his friends, prepare something good, delicious dish and everything. He used to come. Then myself and my wife used to sit in another room and just hearing what his parents are talking. I will tell you what you talk, you will come to know what sanskar he has undergone, what condition he has the way, because you can't improve everybody, their family members have to do that. But then I detected one of his friend was not having good sanskar. I could make out from the way he was talking. What I told my Saurabh, once everybody had gone, I told them separately, see, this you have to delete from your friends list. And not like that, immediately don't tell that I am not coming. No. Be tactical. Even if he asks and calls him for some wrong things, you tell him that I am not feeling well, I am not coming. He will not ask third time, isn't it? So that way, when his friends were good, then I never had to bother at all. And when he went to the hostel, I never went and saw, because you should not be suspicious. They can cheat you very easily. Believe totally. First 9 years are very important. Subconscious mind is open. They are just like absorb everything like a sponge. That is the time you concentrate on his. We always call संगत. संगत जिसकी होती है ना, जैसा संग वैसा रंग. ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. इसलिए संग कैसा है उसकी तरफ ध्यान दो. जैसे संग वैसा आपका रंग होता है. And that is the most important thing I will tell you. Don't bother about study. They will study later in their age. Okay. Secondly, express your hug them. उनके पास ले लो. Oxytocin release होता है. वो हार्मोन बहुत अच्छा है. It's a fantastic hormone. Cuddling hormone they call. That will create a great attachment. Take them near. Sparsh, touch, बहुत important है. So that is very important. Nowadays in Western country, they are keeping cows, cuddling orally. Why that? Your kids are there. Come on, take them near, hug them, kiss them. Yes, and that will create a great attachment with you. And always they should feel that you are in secure hands. That is important. Secondly, love for the nation. That has to be done. Yes. Love for the nation has to be done. And I feel very bad in India. Nowadays, slowly that is coming up. But it was not there. I will tell you my one experience. When I was in Germany in 1995, I went to Stuttgart, and that is the third largest church. Largest is Vatican City, second is Florence, and third is this. We went there on Sunday. That time I had a JVC camera, and I had a Europe tour, and we had only 2 Indian families. I will tell you, their cleanliness is there for since that time. स्वच्छता अभियान हमारे यहाँ अभी निकला है. वहाँ तो स्वच्छता तभी से है. I will tell you, surprisingly, I saw one dirt falling at the corners of the road. What a dirty feeling, Indian mentality. I said, okay, let us take video. Because there also there is something like that I wanted to show our Indian. But then I just forgot, one car was coming, that was a vacuum cleaner car. I was just about to take that video, that time JVC big cameras were, and with micro cassette. One young boy, 8th standard boy, maybe 10 years old, 12 years old, came and put his hands on my camera and he said, no, he was not knowing English, but then he's, such a, it should be in blood, love for it should be blood. He never allowed me to shoot the dirt from his own country. This Indian should learn. So love for the nation is very important. that only you can do. And at home you always talk truth, nothing but truth. Giving lecture about talking truth has got no meaning if you yourself are not following it. So that is very important. Then play with them. See, bringing them big toys and that makes no difference. Play with them, give your time, very quality time you have to give, and that is going to make a difference. Play with them, become kids like them. I heard, I think, who was telling? I think you only were telling.
Yes.
Your
Father-in-law.
they were just discussing. He came and sat down in the room, and I think you asked, what are you doing? He said, oh, I'm thrown out of their class. Means in his classroom he was a student of his grandson.
Yes.
That is the way you should connect. That is the way you should connect. Okay? And the rest of the things are, of course, everybody knows. And I think they like cartoons. No, you also watch cartoons. What is harm in that? And they enjoy, you also enjoy with them. That is important. They feel that yes, we are friends. Although you will want to have certain serial to see, no, watch cartoon with them. They will feel very togetherness, isn't it? And listen to them. I will tell you what is happening. You know, you are discussing, adults discussing each other, and the kid comes and starts telling something. Usually, what is the thing? Okay, बाद में आओ. अभी मुझे time नहीं है मेरे का. No. बाद में नहीं. ये उसका time बहुत important है. Because they are in hurry to know immediate answer or something. They have to tell something new thing. Okay, listen to them. That is quality time. You may discuss different problems. They will. You will discuss that later. Kids should be attended to and listen carefully. That will again give very much connection. It's very important. I will tell you. आपने तो बच्चों आते तो है तू बाजू हट बाद में बोलेंगे. Never do that. That is very important for him. For you it may not be great important, but for him it is lifetime's great importance. So you give importance to them. So be a friend, I have already told you, and develop a sympathy. You know, sympathy towards others. Learn, teach them sympathy, empathy also. Teach them that. That is important. No, I always say health is what? Health is not only blood parameters. No, enthusiasm to work is half. Enthusiasm to be compassionate. Compassion means all-inclusive passion. You have to teach them compassion. If somebody is having some problem, करुणा चाहिए, वो चाहिए. नहीं, हम ह्यूमन बीइंग है ना, हम क्या एनिमल थोड़ी है. तो एम्पैथी, एम्बॉडी योरसेल्फ, ये आपको सिखाना पड़ेगा उनको. अभी कोई एक्सीडेंट में गिर गया, अनकॉन्शियस हो गया, लोग तो जस्ट देखते हैं और चले जाते हैं. ड्राई सिंपैथी हैज गॉट नो मीनिंग. Go help him out of the way. Because if you lie down like that, would you like people to look like that? No. Same thing you should do. And there are many perverted individuals. कितनी विकृत लोग होते हैं. वो तो मोबाइल पे फोटो निकालते हैं और सेंडते हैं. They are diseased people. I call them बहुत रोगी है वो. बस कुछ नहीं. ये सब हमें करना पड़ेगा. And about sex education also is a very important point nowadays. It has to be given to all kids. In schools nowadays they are doing. I know that. But in home also, parents should tell. Isolate them, tell them lonely, what are the advantages, disadvantages, what are the dangers, you have to tell them. This is a new thing you have to learn. In our time it was not so, but I will tell you frankly speaking, it was there but hidden. Now people are talking about that, and that is very important because you can't go away from what is going on. You can't take away from mobile, they will be exposed to that wrong knowledge, but then you have to tell them what to take, what not to. Use of electronic media and misuse. You tell them, and they are very intelligent. Take them into confidence and tell, and they will be great. So that's my advice to all my old friends. And safety features you have to tell. Electronic gadgets are there. So I think that was what I would like to do and tell the grandparents their do's. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. What I could sense is that grandparents have many roles to play. And of course that is a perfect mix of love / and of course the wisdom. And as you said, wisdom comes from many experiences. तो मुझे कुछ लाइन्स याद आ रहे. सही में बहुत ताकत होती है इन झुर्रियों वाली हाथों में. बहुत ताकत होती है इन झुर्रियों वाली हाथों में. जिंदगी जीने के तजुर्बे मिलते हैं दादा दादी की बातों में.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है.
Over to you, Vijayanti.
तो अभी हमने बहुत सर और मैडम से डिस्कस किया और उसमें हमें बहुत ऐसे पॉइंट्स मिले that how a grandparent should be, how ideal healthy family atmosphere should be there, what is communication and connection, and what is communication. You should not be only in contact, but you should be in communication. So these are the few things I am telling, but there are many valuable things we learned from sir and madam today, and I think this interaction with sir and madam will enrich all the grandparents in their thoughts, and it is a
Hope so. But I will tell you, before we conclude, we would like to pray for all, which is our Jeevan Vidya's great prayer. I will first tell in English and then in Hindi, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will say that. Come on. Oh God, bless all with health and wealth. Bless all with money and harmony. Oh God, bless all with peace and bliss. Bless all with wisdom and your devotion. है ईश्वर सबको सन्मति दे, आरोग्य दे, सबको सुख दे, आनंद और ऐश्वर्य दे, सबका भला कर, कल्याण कर, रक्षण कर, और तेरा मीठा नाम मुख में निरंतर रहने दे. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.